all know Batman had a lot of great games on the NES, the SNES, and the Genesis, but how do the Game Boy games like Batman the video game, the animated series Batman Forever, or Return of the Joker hold up? And are they worth playing? Let's check it out, guys. We'll jump into Batman Land first because, well, that's what this first game looks like. It's called Batman the video game, made by Sunsoft in 1990. With the movie license, Sunsoft didn't only put out a Game Boy game, it also put out a NES game, which was, in my opinion, a lot better based on the movie. We're of course talking about the movie that came out in 1989, a box office success, not only spawning a toy line, but as you can see, a lot of games. Like I was saying, this game kind of looks like Mario Land. Yeah, it doesn't really match up with the NES version. The Game Boy version is a completely different game, even though the covers look exactly the same. It looks like Batman Land, only that Mario somehow has a gun. Yeah, your primary attack in this game is a gun, and for Batman that's kind of weird. But anyways, moving on. You also have a cape, which I think is why some of your jumps are kind of floaty. Whenever you jump, there's some kind of floating going on. It makes the platforming a bit more difficult, but once you get used to it, it's actually quite fine. Even though the game is really loosely based on the movie, it has the Joker, it has Batman in it. That's pretty much how far you're gonna get with the movie licensing part on this game. I did enjoy it very much. There's great platforming accompanied by a rockin' Sunsoft soundtrack that is kind of reminiscent to the Mega Man games, and a cool bunch of power-ups for your Batman gun. This cart will cost you around $5, and I think it's definitely worth it. Fast forward 1 year, and in 1999, Sunsoft brought over the follow-up to Batman the video game. We got Batman Return of the Joker. Once again, the NES and the Game Boy versions were different games, but take a look, guys, this actually looks like a Batman game. They've gone away from the Mario Land blocks. The first level, you really need to stay focused to get past this one. The moveset has changed now. You can also do wall jumps, and you can use a grappling hook whenever you press up on the D-pad, which is kind of frustrating because I'm used to using the D-pad, using up and left or right to really direct my jump. So whenever I jump, I accidentally press the grappling hook and I'm left hanging there, not really going where I needed to go. But still, we also have the wall jump. There's a really cool moveset in here. You just need to get the hang of it. And like I said before, the game is tough, especially when you don't know how the controls work. So if you're up for a challenge against the Joker, you're only 10 bucks away from a loose cart. In 1993, Sunsoft lost the Batman license to Konami, which coincided with the success of the Batman cartoon called the Animated Series, and that's why they made a game called Batman the Animated Series. Now, this one didn't get any ports to the NES, SNES, or the Genesis, but they still did manage to make a terrifically looking game. This game is such an eye pleaser. You fight against the Joker. What a big surprise. But also a lot of other villains from the cartoon series. They all appear in this game as bosses. And it is yet another platforming beat 'em up. The wall jumps are back and a somewhat improved grapple hook system. You can also make a backflip when you use it to switch between floors, and the animation for that is just gorgeous, making a backflip. It looks pretty neat. The cape floating around. The Cape Crusader is really getting the best animations ever in this game. This is yet another tough but fair game. Konami is known for its great games, and this is no exception. Out of the 4 games I'm reviewing in this video, this is the most pricey one. A loose card goes for about $20. But yeah, it's definitely worth playing this game, dudes. So in 1995, they released a movie called Batman Forever. The movie wasn't very good, and sadly enough, that translated to the game. So they released Batman Forever and turned to Acclaim to release a Game Boy game. Probe Entertainment developed the game on the same engine as the ever so popular Mortal Kombat fighting games from the 1990s. Remember those? And then they popped it into an action-style beat-em-up. To be honest, I never liked the Mortal Kombat games for Game Boy. The sprites don't ever look nice. The controls are lacking. You only have 2 buttons to do your moves with, so there's not a lot of space for combo attacks in here, and the game isn't even a fighting game. No, it's an action beat-em-up. We're not only met with ugly graphics, but also we don't know what the hell we're supposed to do in this game. The game doesn't tell you. You don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, you don't even know how to do anything in this game. It's all just, well, you know, try some stuff. And it took me 15 freaking minutes to only figure out, hey, I'm going into this level, I'm walking around beating up all the guys, and then I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the game. And then it takes like a down-up thing, and then you can float between floors. Yeah, you don't even have the grappling hook. Where are the wall jumps? Where's the grappling hook? Is this even Batman? No, it's not.
What happened to the grappling hook?
And even though this game is only $5 for a loose card, I don't really recommend it. So in conclusion, if you're looking for a challenge, get Return of the Joker. If you just want a really good Batman game, go for the animated series if you can find a card for cheap. And if you want to play Batman in a kind of a Mario Land thing with some cool platforming, the platforming does get more tricky as you go along into the levels. So yeah, for $5, it's still a good deal. But stay away from the stinker that is Batman Forever. That was it for this video, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!